Hello, 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 hello. I am live. Hello once again. My name is Steve Jagger. Welcome to another BeerNative beer review. This will be a recent acquisition from a supermarket, and I am deciding I have done too many weird beers. So let's do one that is everywhere. You'll know it as soon as you see it. Let's get started. Yes, yes. If you're new to the channel, do all the things. Maybe this. Hmm. If you haven't already. Thank you very much. If you have already, I really appreciate it. The beer we're going to be talking about today is $5 Shake. Ding! That's what it looks like by Tiny Rebel. Tiny Rebel, I get out of there. Tiny Rebel. We'll learn about Tiny Rebel in a moment. They are becoming, I've heard them accused of wanting to be the brew dog of the Southwest. Take that for whatever you want, right? Not my words, somebody else's words. Of which I can't remember who it was who said that. Probably on a Reddit subreddit somewhere. But they do make good beer. They used to be one of my favorite breweries, and I say used to, and I'll stick to that because when the craft brewing thing just really kicked off here in the UK over the past 10 years, they were doing just some really amazing things that people weren't doing. And then it was great to be in the middle because I was kind of surrounded. I had Brewdog up north, I had Tiny Rebel down south. I even had breweries from London, like Meantime, which kind of came a bit mainstream, but they were still doing some cool stuff. I was really happy with everything that was coming in that era. And I guess because they became a little bit common to me, maybe. I don't want to say that sounds bad, but a little bit well known or familiar. That's it. Familiar breeds contempt, right? So I kind of stopped doing Tiny Rebel and they stopped crossing my path. But there's nothing wrong with Tiny Rebel. And in fact, what's great about Tiny Rebel is that you can get them in a lot of places. I found I can get them in Sainsbury's. I got this one from my mate Jacob, who works at Sainsbury's. And so he generally feeds me whatever amazing new thing comes from supermarkets at any given time. He seems to have this Spider-Man like sixth sense for when new things show up in supermarkets and manages to acquire them. So that's what we're going to try today. You're probably thinking, Steve, surely you've had $5 Shake before. I've had a lot of Tiny Rebels, but for some reason, either I haven't had it or I don't remember. It's not in my Untapped, so it was distant if I did have it. So we're popping it. So my understanding of it so far is that, well, it's $5 Shake, so it's gonna have lactose and oats and all the goodness, all the good softies that make your mouth feel all sexy. It's 4.5%. So it's light in a way compared to some other ones. So we'll see if that affects the flavor. My understanding, I think, also is that it's mostly Citra hops. So it's almost like a single hop variety, heavily funked up with oats and lactose to make it all thick and num-nums. Maybe I would equate it to like a slightly lighter version of a hazy Jane. So just to insult Tiny Rebel, I just didn't, without even realizing I'm using a Brewdog glass. Sorry, Tiny Rebel. I'll put the logo sideways so you can't see. So it doesn't look that super hazy at the moment. I just would have dropped it, but it's a really good, almost, it's not that peachy in color. It's got a very faint yellow. It's not thick, it's got a slight haze, but the head on top's really quite fuzzy, almost candy-like. I like it. And yet it is very opaque, even though it doesn't give you the sort of color that would make you feel like that. So, all right. It wasn't one of these ones that exploded out of the can when I smelled it, but wafting it under my nose now, it's got a serious hit of lemon and citrus there. Wow, super strong. It smells really nice. If someone put this in front of me and I was under a blind test, I'd be like, all right, there's absolutely mountains of the common varieties of IPAs like the Citras, the Simcoes, and the Mosaics. But heavy Citra. My mouth is kind of watering, a bit of a Pavlovian thing going on there. So I'm going to try it. Carbonation is a little sharp, sharper than I thought it would be for what I would call a milkshake. Creamy Citra. They don't outright say milkshake IPA. They are saying $5 Shake. I'm assuming that doesn't mean they want me to shake the can up. Cool art in the back. Let's take a look at that. Pale hazy, nose tropical sweet, taste mango and grapefruit. I'm actually getting some straight up squeezed lemon. Mostly grapefruit. Not a whole lot of mango. Take another sip though. You know, second sip's that's the winner. I've acclimatized to it. It is a hot summer day session IPA. A little bit of rhyme there for you. That is pretty good. I think I might rate the hazy a little bit more, but it also adds an extra percent of alcohol. This does taste super light. I don't think it's as thick as like when I maybe it's my mental expectations of when it says $5 shake. I'm expecting a 4.5% IPA made of mostly Citra. I would say that's exactly what that is. Given they're talking about oats and lactose, I feel like they went a little light on it. But, you know, some people maybe don't want that much. I think they could have invested a little bit more in there. Otherwise, though, nothing offensive about it. There is a bit of an undercurrent of pithiness to the grapefruit that gives you that West Coastish feel. But I think it's not overbearing, so pretty nice actually. I could probably just absolutely. This is a beer you could go all night with. If someone said, "Sorry, man, all we have is $5 shake. We've got 100 cans of it. Will that be fine?" The answer would be fine. You've seen me review many beers on this channel where I went one and done. Delicious, amazing score. There's no way I'm getting past the one. This is an all-dayer. No brainer. So what would I give it out of 10? Probably a 7.5. It's not blowing my mind, but it's not bad. You know, that's kind of it. I always like Tiny Rebel's art. I like their logo. I like their style. It looks pretty cool. I think they probably could have put it in a bigger can, but this is probably this size for supermarket reasons, to keep the price down. So you know that I like it. Let's just take a quick look at the whole Tiny Rebel thing. I think we can do that like this. There's Tiny Rebel. If you don't know Tiny Rebel, I think most people do. Newport, South Wales. Look at the size of that facility. It looks nice, doesn't it? And does it say how long they've been around? I want to say 2011. South Wales, Super Brewery, one loss of 2006. 2016, 2012. That was off by a year. Yeah, so they were really one of the founding craft breweries within the United Kingdom. So if we want to learn a little bit more about this, there's $5. Okay, £2.50. I think it was cheaper in the super, but they buy bulk. So there you go. Say £3 if you buy 12. I'm sure it's probably £2 in the supermarket, or it's part of a package deal. But pretty good. Citra hops, that was pretty predictable. It's not much of a brew sheet though, is it? It's kind of lame. I mean, there's nothing on it. It just tells me stuff I already know. A little bit about the lactose. Yeah, if it's worth $5, it's definitely worth $5. Who said that? Very funny. Is this from a movie? There's going to be a reference there that I'm not getting. Did you just order a $5 shake? That's why it's called $5 shake, and I'm embarrassed to not know what that's from. Is that from... What's that from? That's definitely a movie. All right, leave it with me. Leave it with me. It's going to come to me. Let's get back to the ticker and sign off. And if I don't think of the movie it's from by the time I have to sign off, you get to tell me I'm a moron. All right. So that's the end. That's the end of this one. We're going to sign off. Unfortunately, I don't remember. Pulp Fiction. It's from Pulp Fiction. John Travolta, the just order a $5 shake. I don't know if it's worth $5, but it's pretty effing good. Yes. I got it. Oh, I'm going to sleep tonight. Okay, great. Pulp Fiction. Now I'm going to go inside and watch Pulp Fiction. And I'm going to drink the rest of this beer. That's the end of this review. It's pretty good. And if it's super cheap and you can get it in a supermarket and it's a hot summer day, I think just dive on in and grab a bunch. Your friends will love it. Your family will love it. You'll be a hero. That's the end of this review. My name's Steve Jaguar. This is a BeerNative beer review. And that's the end. I'll see you next time. I got some good stuff coming up in the fridge. Woo!